I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Kara's first album was just not good. The songs in it sounded dated and poorly mixed, even by late aughts K-pop standards, and the styling was confusing and confused. Justifiably, it was a commercial failure, the sort of thing you pretend never happened in the first place. However, legendary agency DSP Media, which enjoyed great success with Finkel in the late 90s, knew better, and a lineup change later, the group course-corrected and struck gold with a bunch of cutesy songs that kind of rocked more than most K-rockers then and now. Kara was on a roll. However, K-pop is built differently from other genres, and even winning concepts can't be counted on forever, especially for girl groups, so an image shake-up was needed to keep Kara fresh and on top. So, in early February 2010, DSP Media announced that the group would be coming back with Lupin, showing a darker, more mature concept. How dark? How mature? Well, let's find out. DSP really went all in on the importance of this new, dark and mature image for Kara when promoting the song. Member Seungyeon, for instance, expressed excitement while noting that Lupin would allow the girls to portray a chic and elegant concept that went against their previous image. The less familiar with K-pop in the audience might be imagining that Lupin is some death metal song, but what all of that meant is that the girls were all dressed in black outfits and smiled a little less in the music video. You should always take these agency statements with a grain of salt, really. If it's not obvious to you, the concept and artwork of the album is based on French writer Maurice Leblanc's fictional gentleman thief Arsène Lupin, although the lyrics don't really make any reference to the character. The song also doesn't mention any stealing, even stealing someone's heart or something. It's weird. The music, though, is pretty good, even if it doesn't mesh all that well. The sections are great when listened to individually, but Lupin isn't the most cohesive listen. The chorus is really melodic and uplifting, while the verses are harsh and confronting. It doesn't flow as well as it could. Compare it to Oh, for instance, and you will see what I mean. Still, it isn't the most egregious of arrangements, and there are some great riffs in there, as expected from Sweetune, the music-producing team responsible for the song's composition and lyrics. They were all the rage back in the early 2010s, producing some fantastic tunes for groups like Infinite, Nine Muses, Stella, and Speaker. However, their most fruitful and commercially successful partnership was with Kara. Throughout their initial run of releases, every Kara title track in Korea from Rock You in 2008 until Damaged Lady in 2013 was written and composed by Sweetune members. And after original member Nicole left Kara in 2014, the team continued to produce her solo material in Japan. It's a bit shocking to think that there aren't many #1 singles by Sweetune out there, because their material was mostly pretty decent. Maybe that's why they aren't writing to A-list groups anymore. A pity. Regarding Lupin's video, anticipation for it was pretty high back then. After all, after the popularity of the group's butt dance with Mr., netizens were curious to see the choreography of Lupin. And to be honest, the video doesn't disappoint. The Hala dance in Lupin isn't as iconic as Mr.'s butt dance, but it's still pretty great, and the reasoning behind it is obvious. Since Mr. highlighted butts, Hala highlights the chest. However, good luck noticing any of that, as DSP published the video on YouTube with the wrong aspect ratio in 2010 and couldn't be fucked to fix it ever since. God knows why that agency was so big for so long. Overall, it's a pretty simplistic video, which goes to show how much K-pop has evolved and music video budgets have ballooned since 2010. These days, the Lupin music video wouldn't make the cut, even amidst those special performances videos agencies use to promote B-sides. Even in these circumstances, it would probably be considered poorly made. Still, Lupin was a success. It's definitely not the Kara song that comes to mind when I think about the group, but I can see why it made it all the way to #1. When Kara performed a medley of hits to celebrate their 15th anniversary during Mama 2022, Lupin was in it. It's not even in my top 5 Kara songs, but it's clearly beloved by many. Puzzlingly, despite having an incredible run of hit singles, most of them incredibly good, mind you, Kara's only #1 single in the Ga-On digital chart is Lupin. This goes to show the limitations of only focusing on the cream of the crop when compiling this retrospective series. Kara might only have a single #1 song, but their legacy is long-lasting. And even after contract disputes, outrageous rumors, lineup changes, and tragedy, they are somehow still around, having released a solid tune just the other month. Long live Kara! This video series is inspired by 2 amazing columns, the #1s by Tom Bryan over at Stereo Gum and Tom Ewig's Popular. The former analyzes the Billboard Hot 100 #1s chronologically, and the latter does the same with the UK charts. I'll leave links in the description if you'd like to check them out. I'm not doing this series in a written format because K-pop is such a visual form that I felt no other place would accommodate it as well as YouTube. So, here we are. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to subscribe and share the video with friends, family, and enemies.